At the bottom of our planet lies a world of extremes, a kingdom of ice, wind, and lethal cold. To most, this is a wasteland. To some, it is the only home they have ever known. Meet the ultimate survivors, flightless birds that chose the ocean over the sky and the frost over the forest. Over the next 6 chapters, we will witness their struggles, their triumphs, and their unbreakable spirit. This is the story of the penguins. On land, they are clumsy, charming, yet awkward. But beneath the waves, they are transformed. They are the Ferraris of the freezing seas. Their wings have evolved into powerful flippers, allowing them to reach speeds of up to 35 km per hour. They don't just swim, they fly through a liquid sky. In this episode, we explore the incredible physiology that allows them to dive hundreds of meters deep, holding their breath while their heart rates drop to a mere flicker. For a penguin, finding a soulmate isn't just romance, it's a survival contract. In the world's largest colonies, voice is everything. Amidst a cacophony of 60,000 birds, a mate can recognize the unique frequency of their partner's call. From the gift of a single pebble to the grueling huddle of the emperor fathers, we witness the extraordinary lengths these birds go to ensure the next generation begins. It is a story of monogamy, jealousy, and profound dedication. Beauty hides a brutal reality. Every journey to find food is a run through a gauntlet of predators. This is the high-stakes game of hide-and-seek. We follow the tactical brilliance of the orca and the sheer speed of leopard seal. For a penguin, one wrong move, 1 second of hesitation, means the difference between a meal for their chicks or becoming a meal themselves. Life begins in a pouch of skin or a burrow in the dirt. These chicks are born into a race against time. They must grow, waterproof their feathers, and learn to hunt before the brutal winter returns or the food supply moves on. We follow 3 specific chicks from different species, an emperor, a gentoo, and a Magellanic, as they take their first referring steps into the wild blue yonder. It is their fledgling day, the most dangerous day of their lives. The world is changing. The ice that these empires were built upon is thinning. As the seas warm, the krill disappear, and the penguins must travel further than ever before. In our final chapter, we look at the resilience of these birds in the face of a climate crisis. They have survived for millions of years, adapting to the harshest conditions on Earth. But can they survive us? Their future is a mirror of our own. For millions of years, evolution has been sculpting a masterpiece of survival. Penguins are birds that traded the vastness of the sky for the mysteries of the deep. In this opening chapter, we explore the unique anatomy of these flightless wonders, from their torpedo-shaped bodies to their dense, waterproof feathers that act as a high-tech diving suit against a sub-zero chill. Not all penguins are residents of the ice. From the tiny little blue penguins of Australia to the desert-dwelling Humboldt penguins of Peru, this species has conquered diverse landscapes. We examine how different tribes have adapted to their specific environments, proving that the penguin family is far more versatile than just a tuxedo in the snow. This is the ultimate test of fatherhood. While the females are miles away at sea, the males remain in the dark, balancing a single leg on their feet. They eat nothing for months, surviving only on their fat reserves and the collective warmth of a huddle. It is a story of incredible patience, where a single slip-up means the end of a new life. Under the waves, the clumsy bird becomes an elite predator. Penguins are masters of hydrodynamics. This episode follows a colony of gentoos as they navigate a little gauntlet of orcas and leopard seals. It's a high-speed chase where agility is the only currency that matters, and the prize is a belly full of krill for their hungry chicks back on shore. Our journey concludes with a look at a modern challenge facing these ice walkers. As sea ice thins and ocean temperatures rise, the delicate balance of their food chain is shifting. We witness the resilience of these birds as they struggle to adapt to a rapidly changing world. Their story is a powerful reminder of the beauty and the fragility of life on the edge of the world. In the natural world, feathers are a passport to the clouds, but for one family of birds, the sky was not enough. To conquer the most hostile environment on Earth, they had to give up the air to master the abyss. This is the story of the penguin, the bird that traded its wings for flippers and the wind for the waves. Flight requires lightness, but diving requires weight. While other birds possess hollow, air-filled bones to stay buoyant, the penguin's skeleton is dense and heavy, acting like a diver's weight belt. In this chapter, we explore the biological sacrifice of flight. Their wings didn't disappear. They evolved into powerful, rigid paddles capable of beating against the immense pressure of the deep sea. On land, the penguin is a figure of comedy, a tuxedo-clad bird that stumbles over its own feet. But the moment it hits the water, the joke ends. Beneath the surface, the penguin is more aerodynamic than a fighter jet. We witness the aquatic flight of the Adderley penguin, performing maneuvers in the water that no eagle could ever replicate in the air. Most birds use feathers to generate lift. The penguin uses them for insulation and waterproofing. With more feathers per square inch than almost any other bird, they wear a suit of biological armor. This episode dives into the physics of their bubble trail, a technique where they release air trapped in their feathers to reduce friction, allowing them to rocket out of the water like a launched missile. Why stay grounded in a world of predators? Because the ocean is a garden of life that the sky cannot provide. However, being tied to the land and the ice makes them vulnerable to a changing climate. As we conclude our journey, we see that the penguin's greatest strength, its specialized adaptation to the world, is also its greatest risk. They are the guardians of the southern oceans, forever grounded, yet eternally free in the sky below. To us, the ocean's surface is a barrier. To a penguin, it is a portal into a secret kingdom. While we see them as clumsy residents of the ice, 75% of their lives are spent in a shadowy, liquid world we are only just beginning to understand. In this opening chapter, we follow the ghosts of the abyss as they vanish from the bright white of the sun into the silent, pressurized dark. How do you hunt in a world without light? New research suggests penguins may use more than just their eyes. We explore the mystery of their sensory world, how they navigate the pitch-black twilight zone of the ocean to find schools of fish. Is it a biological sonar or a hypersensitivity to the faint bioluminescence of deep-sea creatures? The abyss holds its secrets tight. It looks like magic, but it is a masterpiece of organic engineering. Penguins possess a secret turbo boost. By releasing air trapped within their feathers, they create a lubricated layer of bubbles that reduces drag, allowing them to double their speed in an instant. We go under the microscope to see how this hidden bubble wrap protects them from the crushing pressure and freezing cold of the deep. Communication in the deep is a mystery. Without words or song, hundreds of penguins move as a single pulsing organism. How do they coordinate their strikes against massive shoals of krill? This episode investigates the silent language of the colony, a telepathic-like synchronization that allows them to outmaneuver the fastest predators in the sea. The deep ocean is the plant's last great wilderness, and the penguin is its most intimate witness. They see things no human eye has ever beheld: underwater ice caves, volcanic vents, and the shifting currents of a changing world. As we close our journey, we realize that by protecting the penguin, we are protecting the mysteries of deep itself. They are the silent guardians of a world we are only just beginning to map. You are cordially invited to the end of the earth. Here, where the wind carves statues out of ice and the mercury freezes in the glass, a legendary story begins. This is not just a tale of survival, it is the chronicle of the masters of the frost. Leave behind the world you know, step onto the shifting flows, and witness the arrival of the true sovereigns. The story of the lords of the ice begins now. Oh, accept the invitation of the penguin is to dive into the unknown. In this second chapter, we follow our protagonists as they shed their terrestrial clumsiness for aquatic majesty. Watch as they navigate a treacherous blue maze, dodging the shadows of predators and the crushing weight of the tides. It is a world of high-speed chases and silent underwater ballets. Here, in the deep, they prove that being a bird is about more than just wings. It's about the soul of an explorer. The final act of our journey brings us to the heart of a colony. In the midst of the most brutal winter on the planet, we find the ultimate warmth. This is the legacy they leave behind, a testament to the power of unity and the endurance of life. As the sun finally rises after months of darkness, we see the next generation take their first breath. The sovereigns have endured. Their kingdom remains.
Forget the small, tuxedoed birds of the modern ice. 60 million years ago, shortly after the disappearance of the dinosaurs, a new titan rose from the southern seas. This is Kumimana the monster bird, standing as tall as a human and weighing nearly 150 kilograms. These were the heavyweights of the ancient world. In this opening chapter, we unearth the fossils that prove the penguin's ancestors were the true giants of the post-dinosaur era. To find the origin of the penguin, we must look not to the ice, but to the heat. 60 million years ago, Antarctica was a green, forested paradise. Through fossilized remains, we reconstruct a world where giant penguins swam through warm, turquoise lagoons. We explore the evolutionary pivot point, the moment these birds stopped flying in the air and began using their massive, powerful wings to fly through the dense, prehistoric currents. Their size wasn't just for show. It was their secret weapon against the predators of the ancient deep. Why did the giants vanish? As the earth cooled and the currents of the Southern Ocean began to freeze, the rules of survival changed. New competitors emerged, whales and seals challenging the giant penguins for their throne. In our final chapter, we trace the 60 million year journey of downsizing. We see how the titans evolved into the streamlined, agile survivors we see today. The giant ancestors may be gone, but their DNA lives on in every dive of their modern descendants. They are the small survivors of a colossal legacy. Every masterpiece begins with a sacrifice. Millions of years ago, the ancestors of the penguin faced a choice: the safety of the sky or the riches of the sea. In this opening chapter, we witness the moment the air became secondary. To dive deeper and stay longer, these birds began to undergo a radical redesign. We explore the transition zone, where wings once light enough for flight began to grow heavy, stiff, and short, trading the freedom of the clouds for the power of the currents. Evolution is a meticulous engineer. To move through water which is 800 times denser than air, the feathered wing had to become a blade. We go under the skin to see the fossilization of movement. The flexible elbow and wrist joints of their ancestors fused into a single, rigid paddle. In this episode, we examine the physics of the penguin flipper. It is no longer a wing, but a hydrofoil capable of generating immense lift and thrust with every stroke. The bird didn't lose the ability to fly. It simply changed its medium. Every adaptation comes with a cost. By perfecting the flipper, the penguin became a stranger to the sky and a clumsy wanderer on land. But beneath the waves, this price is repaid in full. In our final chapter, we see the result of 60 million years of refinement, a bird that can fly at 35 kilometers per hour through a liquid world. We conclude by looking at how this specific evolution, the turning of bone and feather into a living. Propeller allowed the penguin to conquer the harshest corners of our planet. The sky was lost, but an empire was gained. To survive the Southern Ocean, you don't just need a coat. You need an engineering marvel. While other birds have thousands of feathers, the penguin has tens of thousands, the highest density of any bird on the planet. In this opening chapter, we go beneath the visible surface to explore the interlocking secret. Each feather is equipped with a stiff shaft and a downy base, creating a dual-layer system. Like shingles on a roof, they overlap to create a pressurized seal that no drop of water, no matter how cold or fast, can penetrate. Waterproofing is a daily ritual of chemistry. Near the tail lies the uropygial gland, a secret factory of specialized waxes and oils. We witness the meticulous preening process as the penguin coats every single feather in this water-repellent shield. But the true magic happens underwater. This oily armor traps a thin layer of air against the skin, a silver suit of insulation. This trapped air doesn't just provide warmth. It provides buoyancy and reduces friction. It is the reason a penguin can stay submerged for minutes in freezing water and emerge on the ice perfectly dry. The secret isn't just in the feather. It's in the science of the seal. Imagine being lost in a crowd of 1 million people, all dressed exactly like you, all shouting at the top of their lungs. For a penguin, this isn't a nightmare. It's a daily reality. In this opening chapter, we explore the crisis. At sea, a penguin returns to a shifting city of ice with no landmarks and no address. Farsai, Lanmetin. The secret lies in a biological voice signature, while it sounds like noise to us. Every penguin possesses a unique vocal frequency, as distinct as a human fingerprint. We dive into the science of the cocktail party effect. Through advanced auditory filtering, a penguin can isolate the specific pitch and rhythm of its partner's call from miles away, even amidst the roar of a blizzard. It is a masterpiece of navigation, a GPS built not of satellites, but of sound. When the two finally meet and bow, the chaos of the colony fades away. In a world of thousands, they have found the only one that matters. To be born a penguin is to enter a contract with the most unforgiving forces on Earth. It is a life defined not by ease, but by an endless cycle of endurance. From the moment a chick shatters its shell, it is a race against the elements. The struggle is relentless. It begins with the trial of hunger, where parents must trek across frozen deserts for weeks, leaving their young at the mercy of the cold. It graduates to the trial of the deep, where a bird that has never swum must leap into a predator-filled abyss to find its first meal. There is no room for error. A single missed heartbeat, a single degree drop in temperature, or a second of hesitation in the water can end a lineage millions of years in the making. Yet, within this gauntlet of ice and teeth, there is a profound genius. The life cycle of the penguin is a testament to the fact that life does not just survive at the edge of the world, it thrives. Through cooperation, biological brilliance, and an unbreakable will, they turn a frozen wasteland into a kingdom. The cycle repeats, the march continues, and against all odds, the ice remains alive. Welcome to Evren Belgesel AI. This is more than a channel. It is a digital expedition. Here, we bridge the gap between the raw beauty of the natural world and the limitless frontier of artificial intelligence. The expedition is ready. The data is flowing. The only thing missing is you. Welcome to the future of storytelling. Welcome to Evren Belgesel AI.